Yum, everyone. This is what I did last night. I put about 2 cups of black eyed peas in water, and I soaked them in water overnight. So they are ready to be rinsed and added to my slow cooker. And I'm going to make slow cook black eyed peas that will be ready this evening for dinner. So it's about I think about 8:30 or 9 a.m. So black eyed peas do not take very long to cook, but in the slow cooker they're a special treat. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse these out and then bring out the slow cooker, and I'm going to tell you what I add to it. It's very simple. Okay. Hey everyone. Okay, so we're on to the preparation of the black eyed peas. And the reason why I do that right after my green smoothie, which has been so delicious, is that I'm going to slow cook them. So I don't know if you have a crock pot at home. This is the same thing. It's a crock pot, or what you call a slow cooker. Generally it's a container. It has this clay or ceramic bowl rather in it with a lid, and the settings on this one are pretty simple: high, low, and warm. I usually do mine on high while I'm cooking during the day, and it depends. Like, if I started this last night and I wanted it to be ready in the morning 8 hours later, I probably would have cooked it on low, just so I wouldn't have overcooked it. But since I'm going to start this morning, black eyed peas do not take that long to make. Some of the ingredients that I'm going to include with this, I don't know if this piece of greens, some fresh garlic. Not all of this, just like a couple of cloves of it. Some white onion, not even all of that, maybe half of a white onion. Some vegan vegetable bouillon cubes. I love this. I love this particular brand of bouillon. It's called Rapunzel. I don't know if you can see that. It's focusing or not. It doesn't appear to be. But it's called Rapunzel. It's vegan bouillon cubes with sea salt. Now, they have some that are salt-free. They also have some that have herbs added to them. I just prefer the one with sea salt because I don't have to add salt most of the time in addition to what I use with this. I'm also going to put in a jalapeno pepper. I kind of want to make these beans spicy, but you don't have to use jalapeno. You can use Scotch bonnet. You can use, depending on how hot you like it, you can use any of the other chilies that are around. I just got one of those. We're not going to make it super hot, but I'd like some spice to it. I have a few bay leaves, and that reminds me, I'll probably put in a little cayenne pepper as well, just a little bit, since I'm going to be using the jalapeno. And then I thought about it, and I thought I had a can of coconut milk, but I don't. But I just have a little bit left of this coconut water, so I'm going to use that as my base instead of just plain water. I'm sure it's going to make it very delicious. And then after that, later today, I'm going to show you how to make stuffing. And we're also going to prepare some tofu for the meal, as well as a vegan cheesecake. So I have a lot to show you today. I think, what else am I going to do? I'm going to do some kind of collard greens. Of course, collard greens. So I'm going to show you how to do the collard greens. But that's going to be a little bit later on, because some things don't take as long to cook. So this morning we're doing our green smoothie, and we are doing the slow cook black eyed peas, which are here. They've been soaked overnight in water, just plain water. And now I've rinsed them off this morning, and I'm going to add them to the crock pot. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. So I've added my peas to the crock pot, and now I am going to add whatever's left of this coconut water to the base. I didn't have that much left, so I just add some coconut water, but I'll probably add some more just regular water to it as well. If you had a can of coconut milk, I would just add the whole can of coconut milk. If you don't want it too creamy, you could just mix a little bit of water with that coconut milk. I'm going to add more water because I like Hey, okay, so depending on how you like your black eyed peas, I kind of like mine's a little stewed. So I like to put water that comes up to kind of partially cover the beans. And then I add my 2 cubes of bouillon, and I've added a dash of cayenne pepper and just a small dash of additional sea salt on top. Now I'm going to go ahead and add, next I'm going to chop finely some white onions, and I'm going to add some garlic. And I'll show you that. I'll be right back. Hey everyone, so I have added, I spilled some cayenne. I've added the chopped onions and some finely chopped jalapeno pepper to the mix, as well as underneath there is a couple of bay leaves. Now the bay leaves, you just drop them into the beans whole, and then leave them whole, because when the beans are finely cooked, you're going to spoon them out because they're not edible. They're very hard and fibrous, and you don't want to leave them in the beans for anyone to kind of choke on or anything. So you want to take them out. You just want to use them for their flavor. I don't know if you can see them. They're kind of right there. So next, I'm going to use one of these, which is a garlic press. I don't know if you've ever seen one before, but basically it opens up. It has this, how do you say, little basket here that comes out. Actually, it lifts up and it comes out. But when you put it in there, you put the garlic in there, and then this round part, when you close it, it comes forward like this. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to do it with one hand. This little piece is going to come down into this basket area. I'm just trying to do this with one hand, and it's going to press your garlic out this way. I don't know if I could do this with one hand and show you, but I will attempt it. Let's see, pardon this one little part here. I'm going to just put the garlic in. So I put the garlic in the press right here. I put it in the basket. And then when you close it, you want to make sure that this little round piece is coming on top of your garlic, see, as such. And then you want to grab, see all this messiness. You're going to grab both ends with your hands, and then you're just going to move it together. Sorry for all this video motion. There we go. Let me squeeze it and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I squeezed it with my hands, and there is the pressed garlic that came out. See, it came out the other end, and so you squeeze it all the way out. Be careful, because sometimes garlic is a little juicy and you don't want the juice to squirt in your eye. That would be so painful. I guess I'm talking from experience. So make sure that you kind of point it away from you. And now we're going to just take a knife and cut off the edges and put that garlic into this mixture. Okay, so I've added a couple of cloves of garlic to the mixture. So this is going to be very hot and spicy, and I think that's a compliment for whatever else we have going on in the meal. So all the ingredients have been added on top. I'm not really that concerned about mixing them right now. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on top of the crock pot. My setting is on high, and you'll know because the light will light up. It looks dim, but it's lit. And the outer part of this crock pot is already warm. So you just want to be careful if you have little ones around. This outside part, excuse me, on some of the pots gets really warm, really hot. So put it out of the way of little fingers and hands. So this is going to cook while you are doing other things in your kitchen, and it's beautiful. So by the time, I would say this is probably going to take, I have two and a half cups of beans in here. I would say it's probably going to take anywhere from 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Depends on how you like them. I like mine stewed kind of consistency. So that's what I think. Now you can go back after an hour, check, and then start to, if you see little bubbles and it's starting to cook, you can go ahead and take a spoon and start stirring your ingredients. For now, I kind of just let all the ingredients, on their own. I start to let them cook. One other thing I'm going to add to this that I didn't mention is olive oil. Just a couple, like maybe a teaspoon of olive oil. I like a little oil fat in there. If you don't want it, if you want it to be fat-free, then you're all good. You don't have to do that. But I usually add a little bit of olive oil to this mixture, and I'm going to do that now, and then you're done. That's it. Okay, so enjoy in about 3 to 4 hours. Coming up next, I'm going to do the prep work for this organic savory herb stuffing. We're probably not going to cook it until a little bit later on, but I found this mix at Sprouts Market where I live, and it's herb stuffing, and actually the recipe for the stuffing is on the back. So we're going to go ahead and get started with that. We're going to prep it, put it already in its own dish, and so when we're ready a little bit later on, all we have to do is pop it in the oven. Weba ke mirembe Monsio tulo